The famed Black Canyon line, built in the 1880s, was part of the original narrow-gauge transcontinental line to Salt Lake City and Ogden. In later years, the narrow gauge operated through the Black Canyon over Cerro Summit to Montrose. The line from Saponero through the Black Canyon and over Cerro Summit to Cedar Creek was abandoned in 1949. Number 268 was painted in its striking gold and black paint scheme, known as the Bumblebee, for the 1949 Chicago Railroad Fair. It returned to star in the movie Denver and Rio Grande in the fall of 1951. The 1882 Baldwin continued to operate on the branch lines out of Gunnison until they too were abandoned. In the following scenes, number 268 heads west from Gunnison, trailing a work car being used as a caboose, as there was no regular caboose available in Gunnison. This was the final cleanup run to Saponero, as the Rio Grande had received authority to abandon all of its lines in the Gunnison country. A train had not operated over the branch since the previous December. The rails were rusty and weed-grown. The arrival of 268 in town was such an occasion that students of the small school were let out to watch this last run. On hand to photograph the action were famous photographers John Krause and Colorado Railroad Museum founder Robert W. Richardson, as well as Mac Palmer, who filmed these scenes. The spinning drivers in one scene were not due to rust or weeds. Cow manure on the rails was the problem. Bob Richardson made one last photograph of the 268 and her crew just before the last train left Saponero. Here we'll follow that last train back to Gunnison. K-36 480 arrives with the caboose from Salida, but it's too late for the last train from Saponero. Engine 480 was used by the scrappers to remove the rails from Marshall Pass. In the scenes that follow, the last scrap train is seen removing the rails near the snow sheds atop Marshall in the summer and fall of 1955. No longer will the narrow gauge trains be heard in the Gunnison country.